What's going on, guys? Ryan here. I hope you're having a great day. And what I want to get into today, okay, is five key reasons that most coaches fail. Now, I hate to say this, but it's just a fact, all right? Out of all of the people who try and build an online coaching business, 95% of them fail, meaning they either don't make any money or they make nowhere near as much as they would like to, okay? And there's a few key reasons for this. And after working with 300 to 350 coaches across 50 plus niches, we've noticed trends that help people succeed, and we've noticed the things that lead to people failing and struggling. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you in this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. I'm putting out daily videos right now. Okay, so if you want to build a coaching business, hit 10, 20, 30K a month, all right, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So make sure you hit subscribe. Also, hit the bell next to it so you don't miss any of these videos, and leave a comment if there's anything specific that you want to see, because I'm more than happy to create it. I want to base the content around exactly what you guys want to see. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first reason, all right, that most coaches fail is because they lack conviction. They lack conviction, all right? Now, the other four that I'm going to touch on are strategic. The first one is more kind of mindset related, all right? Now, I hate to kind of take the mindset angle, because you do hear of a lot of people, almost using it as an excuse, right? Like the reason that you're not succeeding is because your mindset is off, right? I hear people say that all the time. And I'm of the belief that, like, the vast majority of the time, if somebody's business isn't working or it's not getting the result that they want to get, there's usually a strategic problem, right? Like they're doing something wrong. And if you do the right things, you will get the result that you want every time, okay? Like it's as simple as baking a cake. Right? What is there? There's that old quote. It might be Henry Ford or someone like that who said, "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right." Okay, and it's so true. It all starts with belief, and a lot of people they don't have the conviction that they can do it, and also, okay, they don't have the conviction in what they're selling. Okay, so basically their offer, and this is very noticeable in the coaching space, right? Because we're building a business where we essentially sell people a transformation. We sell people something that we're going to help them with. A lot of people they don't succeed because they're trying to sell something, but they're like, I don't really know if I can help people with this, right? Like I don't really think what I'm selling is that great. And this is where you really have to get your offer dialed in, because if you don't have 100% conviction in what you're selling, it's just going to show everywhere, right? It's going to show in your marketing, it's going to show in your sales, and you're going to be screwing yourself out of business, and you won't even know why you're doing it. And the reason you're doing it is because you don't believe in what you're selling. Okay, so that's the mindset thing that you have to get over first of all. Okay, but now the second thing, okay, the second thing that makes most coaches fail is a bad offer. Now, when I say a bad offer, I'm not talking about the mindset side of things now. Okay, obviously you have to believe in your offer. That's the conviction thing. But the second thing is the actual offer itself. Now, let me explain what I mean here. Now, first of all, what is your offer? Your offer is basically your value proposition, right? What are you selling? Who do you help? What do you help them with? That's your offer. A lot of the time, people think that the offer is the program or that the offer is the product. Now, the product is part of the offer, right? The program is part of the offer, but the offer also includes the actual target market, the actual problem that you're helping people solve, the actual process that you're going to follow in order to help them do it. These are all separate from your actual product, okay? But these make up your offer. Now, the number one mistake that I see people making when it comes to their offer is not like what they're delivering. You know, it's not like the way their course is laid out. It's not their sales page or any of these things. The number one place where people screw up when it comes to the offer is they sell something people don't want. They sell something people don't want, right? They try and solve a problem that people just don't really think is a problem, okay? And the reason that a lot of people do this, right, they make this mistake is people tend to sell what they want to sell instead of selling what people want to buy. All right. If you're gonna create an offer, you always want to look outwards, right? Everything about business, everything about sales is always about looking outwards, never inwards. Don't do what you want to do. Do what people want. Okay. Look outwards and figure out what is a problem that people are experiencing and are they willing to pay to solve it? And then gear your offer around that. What a lot of people do is they come up with an idea and think, oh yeah, that'd be really cool to sell. And then they make an offer and it's like, no one wants this. Like no one has ever indicated in any way, shape or form that they want to buy it. Okay. That's where people go wrong. All right. I see this a lot in kind of like in the mindset space, people selling confidence coaching, spiritual coaching. Not to say that you can't do these, right? I'm not kind of shitting on that entire niche. Okay. You can do it successfully. But they're just niches where I see a lot of people kind of like selling something they want to sell as opposed to what people really want to buy. And then they roll out their offer. No one buys it. They come to me. They're like, Ryan, why is this not working? And I look at it and I'm like people are not going to pay for this. Okay. So that's a big mistake that people make. Sell something that people don't want. Okay. Now let's get into the next one. So number 3. Okay. And this is the wrong strategy. All right. So maybe your mindset's good. Maybe your offer's good, but you just can't sell your thing. A lot of the time, this is one of the biggest ones alongside the offer thing. All right. A lot of the time you're trying to sell it the wrong way, basically. Like whatever you're doing on the marketing and sales front, you're doing the wrong thing. I've lost count of the number of times someone's come to me and they're like, right, I've got my offer, but I just can't make any sales. I don't know how to make high ticket sales. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, I'm running an ad to a lead magnet to grow my email list and I'm sending emails, right? I'm like, well, there you go, right? Like no one's opening your emails. No one's clicking on your emails. Like your strategy's wrong, okay? Or maybe they're like, I'm running a webinar, but I'm getting like a $30 sign up. Okay, well, there you go. Your strategy's wrong. It doesn't matter how much you try and make the wrong strategy work. It's not going to work. You have to use the right strategy, okay? Now, I'm not going to go deep on this because I've kind of touched on it in previous videos and stuff like that. But we recommend using a Facebook group in order to get clients, all right? There are so many reasons for this, right? One, it means that you don't have to do all of the outbound marketing because you get people into your group and then just nurture them in there and sell. Secondly, you get so many opportunities to sell compared to a webinar where you get like one shot or the person's gone, okay? In your group, you get opportunities to sell to people every day, all right? Also, the bigger your group gets, the more money you'll make. So there's a compounding effect. Whereas with webinars, VSLs and things like that, there's not a compounding effect. With a group, there is, okay? The bigger our Facebook group has got, the more money we've made, right? Literally, it's a direct correlation. And last but not least as well, it creates massive authority, which means by the time people actually make it to a call with you, like they're ready to go. They know they're ready to go. They know you're the man or the woman or whatever, okay? And they know you're the right person to help. It makes for a very easy sales conversation, all right? So using the wrong strategy is oftentimes a big one. Okay, now let's get into number 4, And that is, what is it actually? Okay, they have no guidance, all right? No guidance. Now, I made this mistake for probably like my first year in business with my old business when I was kind of doing agency stuff and all that type of thing, right? The simple fact of the matter is, you don't know what you don't know. Okay? If you've never done something before, well, then you don't know how to do it. End of story, right? You can read all the books you like, but if you've never done something, you don't know how to do it, all right? Now, the quickest way to grow your business is to just get help from someone who does know how to do it. That could be me, that could be anyone else, right? But if you're not seeing the results that you want in your business, you have to find someone who knows how to do exactly what it is that you want to do, pay them, and just get them to show you exactly how to do it, all right? And the reason for this is it allows you to skip trial and error. Okay. I also call this like the eating shit phase, because that's what's going to happen. If you try and grow a business and you don't know how to grow a business, you're going to try something, it's not going to work. Right? You're going to try something else, it's not going to work. You're going to put weeks into building some funnel, it's not going to convert. Right? And you always feel, I can remember from the early days in business, you always feel like you're right on the brink. You're right on the precipice of like that big breakthrough, right? And then it falls flat. Try something else, falls flat. Try something else, falls flat, right? So for me personally, every single time I've invested into just getting somebody to help me, that's every time I've got that hockey stick growth. Right? Whenever I've seen big growth in my business, it's always right off the back of someone just showing me how to do something. All right. And when it comes to investment, right, like just purely in terms of what to do with your money, there's no better investment than investing in yourself. And I know that sounds cheesy, okay? But if you could spend, let's just say $5,000 and someone can show you how to make 100 grand a year, that's a 20x return. And that's year on year, that's infinite. Right? So in year one, that's a 20x return. But what if you make 100 grand a year for the next 20 years? Okay. Obviously, you want to be making more than that. That won't be much in 20 years because of inflation. Okay. But you see what I'm saying? Like every dollar I invest in myself, I get like at least $20 back. At least. Okay. So there's no company, there's no index fund, there's no real estate that you can invest in that is going to give you a return like when you invest into yourself and your skills and learning how to grow your business. Okay? So that is massive, guys. Like this is so crucial. It's insane. Okay? You have to get guidance. You have to get experienced eyes on what you're doing so they can look at what you're doing and just go, that's fucking retarded. Basically. It's funny like how many people like think they've got a good strategy, and then I'll chat to them or I'll look at what they're doing. And obviously I won't say that's effing retarded, right? But it's funny because we've helped so many people build coaching businesses and launch coaching offers. You can just look at what someone's doing and you see all the holes straight away. And they're like, I didn't even see that. All right. So it's super, super crucial to get guidance. All right. And last but not least, and this is, I know I said that the first one was mindset and the other four were strategic. This is more mindset, I would say. Okay. And this is the biggest one out of all of them. This is the biggest one that I see letting people down. Okay. They're not serious. They're not serious about growing their business. Out of everyone who says they're trying to grow a business, 95% of them are not serious about growing their business. End of story. Let me tell you why. 95% of people who are trying to grow a business, they don't work weekends. Okay? Weekend comes round, they're out drinking. They're out partying. Maybe they're chilling, watching TV. If that is you, you are not serious about growing your business, right? I'm not saying you have to work 365 days a year, but the vast, vast majority of people do not work weekends ever. And if that is you, I'm telling you now, you're not serious about growing your business and you're going to get stomped by someone who is willing to work weekends. Okay. Another example, we have two types of people who come to us and they want to get help. Okay. We have people who, they come, they schedule a call, let's say, they say, Ryan, I want your help. And they join us. Okay. And then out of the people who don't join, okay, or out of the people who don't have the funds, there's two types of people. You have people who say, I don't have the money, I can't do it. And then you have other people who say, I don't have the money, but I'm going to get the money. Now, that is what separates the men from the boys, all right? Okay. Let's just put can't afford or make it happen. Now, I'm just using this as an example of somebody being serious, all right? So I can't afford it. That means, let's say the program or whatever program, it doesn't have to be ours. I'm just giving an example, right? Because I'm the same if I'm trying to join a program, okay? Someone who says, I can't afford it, okay, I don't have the money. And you say, okay, well, how are you going to get the money? And they're like, I can't get the money, right? That is someone who is not serious, right? They're not serious. If you were homeless and your children were on the street, and if you didn't figure out a way to pay your rent, your children were going to die, for example, you'd make it happen, right? It wouldn't matter if it was $10,000, you'd make it happen, right? But a lot of people are like, nah, can't do it. Okay, well, then you're not serious. You're just not going to grow your business. There's other people who are like, okay, sweet. I'm going to put it on a credit card, okay? And then I'm going to pay the credit card off super quick in the next month, 2 months, so that I don't incur a bunch of interest. And instead of saying they can't afford it, they use good debt and clear that good debt ASAP. Next thing you know, they're hitting 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, all right? That's an example of someone who's serious versus someone who isn't serious. Because let me tell you right now, if I could go back to the early days of my business where I was trying to figure it out, but I didn't quite know what I was doing, I didn't quite know how to get results, okay? If I could go back to that point and you were to tell me, hey, listen, Ryan, for $5,000, right, I'll give you all the skills, everything you need to know to make $1 million a year, I would be straight down the bank and I'd be like, give me a loan. 5 grand, give me a loan. Boom. And I would execute. Okay. Whereas some people are like, oh no, I'm not willing to do that. Okay. That's the difference between someone who's serious and someone who's not serious. Okay. Most people are not serious with the time they put in, with the investment they put in. Okay. They're just dilly-dallying around, talking about growing a business and really putting in 60% effort, 5 days a week. These people are not going to grow their business. And this is the number one issue. This is the number one thing that makes most people fail. Okay. They are not serious. So anyway, guys, I've just realized I'm all out of focus, but who cares? What I'm saying is what's important. Okay. But anyway, guys, like I said in the previous video, if you do want help with this stuff, right, you could just go down to the description. You can schedule a call with me. Right, there's no calls available on this day. But just select a time, schedule a call with me. We'll jump on. I'll look at your goals, figure out your strategy. Okay, maybe plug some holes if there's anything that's kind of screwing you up or leaking money. Then we can put together a plan so that you can smash your goals by the end of 2024 and make this your most profitable year yet. All right, because I guarantee we can help you do that. All right. So do that now, guys. Schedule a call if you want our help. Other than that, catch you on the next video. Have a good one. Take care.